Hey everyone, welcome to Darkling Alley's Wake and Cake. I'm Jay, here with
Tempest. Hi.
And we're enjoying some delicious cake right now.
Yeah, this one is, we made it, kind of. This one is, Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines.
I can't bake. I don't know about you. I can't bake. So
I beg to differ. This cake's pretty damn good.
We tried, what was it, like Pillsbury last time? The doughboy did us dirty, man. It
He
was
totally
awful. I'm never using Pillsbury again. Do not, if you cook from a box, don't use Pillsbury.
No, I'm not poking him in the stomach. I'm punching him in the stomach.
Punched me in the stomach. That stuff was gross.
Oh, man.
But, here we are doing Alan Wake gameplay.
That's right.
And commentary. We're new at this, so please be nice, because, I mean, it hasn't been bad.
No,
It hasn't been bad. We've had some technical difficulties. We're working around it.
but I think we got it figured out.
I think so. The last time I made an announcement. I recorded 2 episodes, and it turned out that they both didn't capture the audio. And I think it was my fault. I think I may have. I was too tired to remember, but I think I might have plugged into my headphones into the PlayStation controller.
Oh, yeah, for the... Yeah.
So we're here unplugged this time. This is Alan Wake Unplugged. So, here we go.
Stephen King once wrote that nightmares exist outside of logic, and there's little fun to be had in explanations. They're antithetical to the poetry of fear. In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why, but there can be no explanation, and there shouldn't be one. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest, and it's what we'll remember in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've always had a vivid imagination, but this dream unsettled me. It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards.
He has low standards.
So yes, it began with a dream. Following a typical nightmare pattern, I was late, desperately trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some urgent reason, I couldn't remember. I'd been driving too fast down a coastal road to get there. I'd seen the hitchhiker too late.
How does he know he's a hitchhiker?
He didn't even have his thumb out.
He was in the middle of the street. I never quite figured that one out.
He was dead. I was convinced they'd put me in jail and I would never see Alice again.
Damn right.
Suddenly, his body was gone.
That's some David Copperfield shit right there.
I was in shock from the crash. I could hardly stand my feet.
So this is going to be a really detailed gameplay. If it looks like I'm focusing on anything specific or hanging around in an area, there's a reason for it. So just keep your eyes open for things like that, because there's a lot of little things in this game that don't often get mentioned. So I try to put focus on it without...
The radiator had broken when I hit the hitchhiker. The car wasn't going anywhere.
Without doing exactly that, talking over Alan. So we're going to try to keep quiet.
I had to go to the lighthouse. I knew there was something important waiting for me there. I was certain I had just driven from this direction, but now the road was blocked.
This is a PS5 upgrade, and I don't know if anyone else has done the PS5 upgrade, but it sucks because they changed some stuff. And the enemies are faster, and Alan is still slow as shit. Like, he still runs the same pace. I don't know why, but it's really frustrating. Did you ever experience that? Did you play this one even?
I haven't played. I just played it on the PS4.
Okay. yeah, I noticed a huge difference.
Even when he's all jacked up on coffee, he doesn't.
Night Springs.
He doesn't run very fast.
Well, yeah, he's probably gonna have heart palpitations or something.
I guess he is a writer.
So he needs booze, right?
Yeah.
You don't even recognize me, do you, Ryder?
Nope.
You think you're God?
Yep.
You think you can just make up stuff? Play with people's lives and kill them when you think it adds to the drama? You're in this story now, and I'll make you suffer. You're a joke. There would be a single readable sentence in your books if it wasn't for your editor. You'll never publish another one of your shitty stories, cause I'm gonna kill you. It's not like your stories are any good. Not like they have any artistic merit. You're a lousy writer. Cheap thrills and pretentious shit. That's all you're good for. Just look at me. Look at your work.
He looks like he had a bad oil change experience. Like, it went really, really wrong.
Oil chain's gone.
Oil can Henry.
You missed your deadline.
I love this.
Damn.
It's damn. Well, if he's a writer, he can.
This is what happens when he misses his deadline.
Uh-huh.
I realized
Oh, yeah.
that the hitchhiker was a character from the story I'd been working on.
See, he's got control.
To die by the hands of your own creation. This way! Hurry! It's me! Play Stewart, remember? Quickly, get inside! There's no time to lose!
Clay Stewart's a nice guy.
Oh no! Stop! No! Damn it, die! No!
Only has 2
no!
rounds. Come on.
I was trapped. There was no way out.
Oh, that's terrifying, that laugh.
The cabin was a death trap. I had to get out. Follow the light.
You are hurt. You should go into the light. You are only safe there. done. I have something important to tell you. It goes like this. For he did not know that beyond the lake he called home lies a deeper, darker ocean green, where waves are both wilder and more serene. To its ports I've been. To its ports I've been. Do you understand?
No.
Follow my light. I entered your dream to teach you. The darkness is dangerous. It's sleeping now. When it feels you coming, it will wake up. There's no time. I can only show you the most important thing. The hitchhiker has been taken over by the dark presence. You can't hurt him now. The darkness protects him from all harm.
This is
Only light
awesome.
can drive the darkness away and make him vulnerable again. Here, take the light. Pick
Zane
up
gets
the
pissed off.
flashlight. Only light can drive the darkness away. You need light to survive. Take the light. Bring your flashlight toward him and burn the darkness away. You did it. Now the darkness no longer protects him, but it's still inside, controlling him. He can't be saved. He's still a threat. He is still your enemy. Here, take the gun.
It sounds like he's coaching Alan like a movie or
Pick up the
something.
revolver.
And he's a jerk director too.
He is your enemy. You need to defend yourself.
Zane's getting pissed again.
He will kill you. Take the gun.
Patience is a virtue.
Now you'll die.
Good. You've done well. Remember what I've taught you. That is all. I will give you back your dream now.
In the nightmare, a terrible darkness was taking over the world. The lighthouse was the last safe place on Earth.
So Zane knew it was a hitchhiker.
This way, and now I'm gonna This is it, bitch.
I really wanted to take my time to get to know those guys, but they were too aggressive
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were very approachable.
and they weren't interested. Hey, the hitchhiker from the rehearsal was fine. He was just standing there waiting for instructions.
Yeah, you're just hanging out, you know, having a good time. Till Alan Wake hit him, of course.
Just like
I love that sound. Especially like in 360 audio.
Oh yeah.
Oops. Took care of itself. What?
Guys.
we'll see that later, I believe. That boat. It's one of the things the trash tornado picks up. I forgot that happened.
Alan needs to get on the treadmill every now and then.
Baby, just another nightmare. Everything's fine. You dozed off.
Right. Anything more than dozed off would be news for everyone.
Cheer up, handsome. We're here.
In Bright Falls. Yeah, she took him to one hell of a place for vacation. Yes, look at the train and remember that bridge. That will be important later. And the next train that goes by too, actually.
Let's act like we're on vacation. Go stand next to that old gentleman there. I want a shot of you with the town in the background.
Sure. I'll even give you a title for the shot. A city boy, moments before he got eaten by a bear.
I don't understand why she said act like on vacation if they are on vacation.
Yeah.
That's one thing I didn't.
Before he missed the shot.
It didn't make sense to me.
It's not like they have to do the acting.
Come on, Killjoy. For me, please. Pretty please. I'll make it up to you later on.
In that case.
I'm headed right over there.
Hello there. You picked a good time to visit our town. Deerfest is
I
just
like
2
him.
weeks away.
Deerfest,
He's a
huh?
good character.
Did you hear that, honey?
You have a lovely wife. If you don't mind me saying. I'm Pat Maine, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Alan Wake.
I won't pretend I don't recognize a famous writer such as yourself, Mr. Wake. A pleasure. I'm an avid reader myself. I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but I'm the night host at the local radio station. Any chance I could get an interview?
Look, Mr. Maine, I'm on vacation. In fact, I'd appreciate it if we could keep my being here just between the two of us.
We're acting like
I'm
they're
sure you
on
understand.
vacation.
Fair enough.
Not actually.
You can trust me to be this. Not a hard man to track down if you change your mind, though. I hope you two have a lovely holiday.
What a nice guy.
Not like that.
You know, I don't like Zane. I don't think I've ever liked Zane, and I have my
Very
reasons.
nice.
Kind of a diva.
I got a couple of really good ones.
It's not
So
that.
you made a friend. That's cute.
Right.
I think we'll just have to do a separate
Yeah?
video
Hey,
on that.
bestseller, how's my favorite writer? Are you there yet?
Barry's awesome though.
Yeah, we just
Barry's a
got
good
Are
dude.
the locals giving you trouble? Just say the word and I'll hop on a plane and come make sure that you're left alone, Al.
No, Barry, we're fine.
Great, great. Just want to make sure you can relax and recharge. So, how is the place? Has it gotten your creative juices flowing?
Barry, we're just settling in.
Okay, Al. I'll call back later to make sure you're doing okay. And you call me if there's a problem, okay? Okay. I'm just looking out for you, buddy. Talk to you later.
I love you too, Barry.
You know he's going to be calling you every 5 minutes.
Barry is Barry. I can always turn off the phone.
What did I tell you?
Text message from Barry. He says hi to you too.
If Barry's not
Alan,
in
we're
Alan
here.
Wake 2,
Come on, let's get back to the car.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, he needs to make some kind of appearance.
Damn yuppies.
Surprised Ellen didn't punch him. Throw him overboard.
That's the last laugh.
He does like to take a lot of
Okay.
swings at people.
Good day to you too.
Yeah. So some famous writer
Come
comes
on,
up to you.
Slowpoke. You get the full service here. I've made all the arrangements. I drive the car. I'll even carry the bags. All you have to do is drag your cute butt into the car and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, sounds like you've got a lazy bastard for a husband.
Yeah, but I got a thing for him. Come on, you lazy bastard. Let's go.
So Alan Wake, famous writer, he goes to talk to this guy, and this guy's all like, "Damn yuppies."
What's his problem?
Maybe he doesn't read. Maybe he doesn't know how to read. I don't know. Maybe we're being too hard on him.
We need to stop at
Everyone-
the local diner to get the cabin key from the landlord, a Mr. Carl Stuckey. He's waiting for us. I'll go fill her up while you get the key. I'll pick you up here in, say, 15 minutes.
Sure.
Alan, thank you for coming here with me.
I love you too. Go on. I'll promise to behave.
I have a feeling she doesn't believe him.
No, that look she gave him. She's like, okay.
I'd forgotten there were still places like this. Towns where everybody knew everybody.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for...
Mr. Wake, Alan Wake. Oh, God, I am your biggest fan. I know people say that all the time, but I really am.
I'm glad to hear that.
Rose.
Rose, I'm looking for Mr. Stuckey. Carl Stuckey?
Carl? Oh, of course, Mr. Wake. He must have gone to visit the restroom.
she
He'll be
obsesses
back in a
about
moment.
it.
I can't believe it. I've got all of your books. I got the cutout from the bookstore when they took it out of the window.
And you keep it here. Well,
He's such
okay.
a jerk.
Good for you.
But he's a good jerk.
Try the coffee. Just don't blame me when you fall in love, 'cause it'll break your heart when you have to leave.
Rusty here is no longer human. Nothing but black coffee under a thin layer of skin.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Are you staying long, Mr. Wake? I can't believe it. I'm having a conversation with Alan Wake.
One-sided conversation, kind of.
Are you on your own?
Poor Rose.
Or is your wife with you? I can show you the town if you want. I get off work at 6.
Thanks, Rose.
That wasn't suggestive.
We'll be sure to keep
No,
that
not
in
at
mind.
all.
Right. So much for a quiet vacation.
That's what happened when you go into a diner, man.
Do me a favor, Sonny.
Yay.
I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox.
I love these
I'd
guys.
do it myself, but both of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation. Yeah.
Are you serious? Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable. Ha!
It does that gets stuck, yeah, you need to give it a good solid whack. Now that's what I'm talking about, yes!
This is it.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stucky, to get the key and get out as soon as possible. The waitress was giving me a headache. Overeager fans always did.
Now, for whatever reason, she didn't say it, but she does originally. She says, she tells him that Stucky went back there. He didn't listen to her, and so.
Hello?
Now he's missing.
Mr. Stucky?
At least let him finish.
Alan can't wait.
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife. I insist.
Thanks.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
All right, I'm sorry. This is another one of those things where I'm gonna be hanging out here for a minute because she has a few more things to say, and you won't hear them unless you hang around.
I'm so happy this could be arranged.
Me too, actually. Then we wouldn't have the game.
That's right.
Talk to me, baby.
You are not the first rider to stay in the cabin, you know. You should go. Your wife must be waiting for you. You don't want her to worry.
She's like, get out of my face. I gotta get back in the darkness.
You got
That
lucky
wasn't
this
creepy.
time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark. This really ought to be fixed. And then I must remind Sarah to change the lights at the station. It's been too long already.
I hadn't seen her leave, but the old lady was gone.
And we know she didn't go out of any of those doors because I checked them while they were locked.
Some more
So-
David Copperfield shit.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
did that on purpose. So I didn't do
Even that
anything by
sounds
accident.
better if you're singing.
Are you
Except
alright?
die a couple times.
Splendid, splendid! Damn hernia. It swells up like a balloon if I lift it. It's heavier than a spoon. Yeah, splendid, splendid. It's been a long time gone. Good to see you.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have a bottle on you, would you, Tom?
I wish.
I'm surprised.
The
Considering he's a
Andersons,
writer.
they're local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up. They wandered off from his clinic at the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
You know, that's actually quite a distance if you look at the map. I don't know how they hauled their asses down there, but
Oh no.
yeah.
I'll
But we'll
be heading
find
back
out
to
why
work as soon as
and how.
Dr. Hartman gets here, Rose. Oh, but I'm not looking forward to the poison we have at the Park Cafe.
Just trying to get her to go over there.
Now this is what coffee should taste like.
Oh, Rusty,
That's so obvious.
sweet. I'll swing by with a fresh cut later on.
Yep, he hooked her.
Will you
It
be
looks
staying in town
like
for the deer
dreamy
fest,
out
Mr. Wake?
there.
The deer is dear to me. The deer is dear to me. The deer is dear to me, my dear, in more ways than one.
Oh, dear. That's not really our festival anthem.
Could have fooled me there. I had the
Catch you
keys.
soon.
Alice was outside. I didn't want to keep her waiting.
Bye, Mr. Wake.
He doesn't even say goodbye or anything.
Mission accomplished. The key and the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Hey, wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
Some real bathroom problems.
Yeah, he got the bathroom
That diner
spell
was a
put
real
on
nut
him.
house.
By the Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga. That's how you actually say
Can
it.
you believe this place? This would make a wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice. I'll figure it out when we get back home. Okay?
Okay. We can talk about this later.
You warned her.
Bad man here on KBFF.
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand.
Here's another one of my favorites to go with it.
Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years, not since my last book.
And now the weather. It's gonna be a clear night, so you folks in the big city might want to look up every once in a while, see those stars winking down at you. It gets pretty dark out here, but they'll light your way.
Well, David Lynch fans should really love this moment right here, and I'll explain in a sec.
Wow. It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right. Don't worry, honey. I'll get you inside safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I know. I'm okay.
Alice had a phobia, the fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
Are you sure you read the directions right? It's nothing like in the brochure. It said near the lake, not on it. Don't get me wrong. This is so much better. It's wonderful. Our own private island.
Okay. So anyway, the story behind that song is that it was in the movie Blue Velvet, and the character was there was a character that was lip syncing to that song and got abruptly cut off by another character. So what happened was, at the moment that he got cut off by that character is where in this game they picked up that song from that moment and finished it off. So if you're a David Lynch fan, you might have caught that. You know that they used the song, but they used it in that way, which was really cool. So that excites me because I'm a huge David Lynch fan.
The cabin obviously got its name from the shape of the island. It looked like a giant bird leg. Alice had mentioned that the lake was a caldera. There was a dormant volcano under it.
Seems like a very safe place to stay. Actually, I would stay there.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
They're not interested in unloading their luggage.
No.
Wait, Alice said she was going to carry all the bags.
That's right.
Hey, that's a good way to park. Look at that.
Yeah, who parked the car?
Alice. Oh, that little bush survived being run over very well. Yes, I know it won't move. That will. And there's a good reason for that, of course. Nothing happens by accident in this game. Like, it would be impossible to back out of there. You know what I mean? Because that barrel is stuck there. You can't move it. And then if you pull forward, you drive onto the balcony pretty much. So, yeah, so really bad parking job. I don't even know how she did it, but it's, I don't know. We'll see how well that works out for them later.
Who knows? Maybe it's a flying car.
Could be. I mean, it's a Remedy game. Anything can happen. And this will be the first really long video that we've made, long form. And if you like long form, check out Hidden Machine. They do awesome Alan Wake and Remedy Connected Universe videos. They are long form, so if you like to just throw on your headset and your Bluetooth headphones and listen while you do boring, mundane chores,
We need lights.
I
Can
would
you figure out how
suggest
to get the power on, honey?
Hidden Machine. They're awesome. So, little shout out to them there. Good stuff.
Hello? Anyone here?
Yeah, that was like someone
A
walking
shoebox
around
filled with
upstairs.
books by Thomas Zane sat on the shelf. I'd never heard of him before.
Why isn't Shiko turned it on?
I mean, her
she
husband.
said she wasn't going to carry all the bags and that he was a lazy bastard.
Yeah, he is a lazy bastard.
She
so.
knows. Sorry. I just think it's funny that the way these characters act sometimes, like in all video games, sometimes they're kind of ridiculous. A lot of barometers. I guess high altitude.
Yeah.
For a moment, the oppressive feel of the nightmare I had seen on the ferry returned. Damn. I needed to get the power running in the cabin. There had to be a fuse box or a generator somewhere on the island.
I don't know how you walk in a suit like that. That thing is huge. And interestingly, the little windows on the helmet, they are actually, back in the day, they called them lights. Do you know that?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The cabin looked like a time capsule from the 60s, or even earlier.
Every time has dust is in there, and bugs, calendars.
1970.
1970.
The Deerfest guests have already started to arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry. Famous artist, no less. We'll see if we can rope him into an interview later on. Now, let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on KBF-FM.
Hi, Pat. It's Rose.
Why, hello, Rose. What's on your mind?
I know who that famous artist was. It was Alan Wake, wasn't it? He's my favorite writer.
Well, Rose, I
just saw him at the diner. Oh, I am so excited he's here.
I'm sure he's glad to be here, too. Well, folks, I guess the secret's out. This is Pat Maine on KBF-FM. And now, some music.
Great. So much for keeping a low profile.
Pat Maine can be discreet.
Yeah, but you know what he did? He's like telling Pat Maine, he's like, I don't want to be here, or anyone to know I'm here. And then he goes into the diner. He could have sent Allison, but then we wouldn't know everyone, and it has to happen that way. This is how it's supposed to happen in the story.
The water was clear but dark. It looked very deep.
Awesome. Now, this lake was the real Cauldron Lake. I'm sure most people know is called Crater Lake in Oregon, and it's amazing looking. I haven't been there, but we are planning a trip down there, so we'll get lots of pictures and we'll be sure to share them. But just the pictures we have seen, it looks like a great place. Beautiful. Yes, I am doing that for a reason.
Box or a generator in the shed.
It's always going to be a good reason
The
why I
island
focus on
had
something.
once been the site for a love story. Maybe it would be that again.
Why I focus on something that's like, what are we supposed to be looking at?
An old
You'll
generator
know.
had been connected to the power cable.
Eventually, it will come out why I was focusing on those things. And a lot of people probably already know, but for kind of like newbies, it's just good information.
The lights are on. Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit. it and start settling in.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
It was a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here. Alice had told me about Cauldron Lake Lodge. The old building used to be a hotel, but these days it was no longer open to the public.
Just checking to make sure that's all good.
Alice? Honey? The old door had played a trick on me. Alice wouldn't have come out in the dark.
It's not even that dark yet,
The
actually.
water was black. I couldn't help but imagine all sorts of horrors lurking in the depths below.
Okay, so now it's black. First it was clear but deep. Now it's what do you say? It was clear but very dark. Now it's black.
Yeah.
Get your story straight.
Come on, Alan.
No refrigerator. Did you notice that?
Alan,
How are they
I'm
supposed
upstairs.
to like cook or
I have a
anything?
surprise for
Guess
you.
they're just supposed to eat out the whole time.
Eat apples?
Eat out.
Oh, it's like just apples. I
That's
didn't
it.
even say any apple trees. I have to go to Eastern Washington for that.
Well, hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Okay.
Poor Alan.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn it, Alice, everyone
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists.
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice! God damn it! I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark.
He sure loves that
I
place.
needed
Yeah,
some
he
time
does.
alone to think things through.
Crash landing. You know, a lot of people say he overreacted on that part. I don't really see it that way.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty valid reason to be pissed.
He didn't have to plow into her though. That's the only thing.
That was kind of crap.
Alice? Alice? Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out. Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming! What the hell?
lights on first. And I don't know what anyone else's opinion is, of course, and we'd love to know, but when Alice first starts screaming, she's like screaming at Alan, is what it sounds like. And then when you go from the cutscene back to gameplay, she's screaming, yelling for him to come help her.
Yeah.
That's how it sounds to me.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Keep going, Alan. Wake up.
Alice?
Waking up
How
in
did
a
he get
crashed
hit
car felt like
on
I
that
had
side?
woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Okay, so he knew something terrible happened to Alice.
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
I don't like it either. Hartman's. Yeah. Never mind. I won't say for anyone who hasn't who hasn't played the game, maybe is interested.
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
That scene is super important. That car that just drove by, it's really important, and I'm going to show you when I get down to Stucky's why it's so important.
Damn.
Yeah, I made it just in time, right?
Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, that's that sound, that breathing sound. I hate that. It sounds creepy, like the breather, you
The
know.
loose sheets of paper were
pervert
pages
breather.
from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake. Departure by Alan Wake.
And that really doesn't resemble a, like, what am I, what's the name of it, the title page?
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
The manuscript, a completed manuscript, I know it's not completed, but the completed manuscript would have the author's information and an approximate word count. They look a lot different than that, so.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
So that should clear up some stuff later on, in the in the game that people sometimes question.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident. Hey! Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in...
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey. To meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square. Fair and square.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter. I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stuckey would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
During your record, trying it's the latest thing. Incontestably proven health benefits let you kill with one
She's trying to be helpful.
stone. You can see the sights and keep
One time.
those cholesterol levels down. Sator.
Yeah, I guess it is health advice.
He's looking out for Alan.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff's Station.
Just got out of bed.
Hello?
I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick. Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Okay, the reason that happened, I'm playing two games. I was playing another game when I was playing this, and so like the buttons I got them wrong. So I do that a couple of times, like button confused. Yeah.
The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
It's rabbit season.
Jerk. That's what he gets.
Where is that cake?
Rose
was
knew
wondering
she
the
had
same
been
thing.
gushing, but right now she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, her brief meeting with Alan Wake was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident, at ease with Wake. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
Poor Rose, man. What does he have against her anyway?
Yeah, she just overeager is all.
Oh, she's nice. And most importantly, she's a fan. Alright, I got my cake. Because I couldn't finish it. But now I can. Okay, full moon. We'll notice lots of them. The moon is full like every night in this game, so.
What the hell was that?
He didn't question his flashback. He questioned the noise in the forest.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
I love and hate the way he jumps in this game.
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
So instead of calling like the local authorities, he just jumps on a plane and like goes to Bright Falls. I love it. He's a good friend.
I'm just being helpful again.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Here comes the breather again. Every time you get close to one of those chests of like ammo, you can hear the breathing.
Super creepy.
It is super creepy. It's like I said, it's the breather from that urban legend or whatever. When he calls the babysitter, you know, it was like breathing heavy and stuff. That was a pretty good impression, actually. But it freaks me out. I used to be so irritated by it. And then we made that movie poster.
That's right.
The Tom the Poet one. And we changed it up. So now it's funny. And maybe we'll show it one day.
They're taken.
I think we should. I think people would enjoy it.
Or be extremely offended.
One of the two. Or both.
Or both. that breather. I mean, you know he's not getting any exercise. He's just floating around, so he's breathing really heavy for... Maybe he's got a thing for Alan or something.
I think he does. I would not be surprised.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
I think you're right.
There was no power. There was bound to be a generator somewhere at the logging site. I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather's absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know,
what?
I'm a night
Crystal
owl.
clear?
On nights like this, I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio.
He's got that wrong.
Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild. But here I am, and who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walkies.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't find it.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure. Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves people. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but he's just too dumb for his own good.
Well, Maurice, it's out there now. Hope Toby comes home soon.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
You have a good night now.
This is an interesting choice of music. Yeah, it's an old man who's like playing this song. in this like little town, like listening to this. I don't know what is this. I can't remember who the artist is, but it's like sounds like a Marilyn Manson-esque, you know. So I guess that's what these people listen to, right?
I guess so.
But no, seriously, like every song has some kind of meaning that, you know, is relevant to the game. So they're good to check out.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
He almost forgot about Alice there. Did you notice that?
He did, yeah.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Billy Burster is the best with no coat. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
On the PS5 version. And I got lost here a couple of times because I normally play with the HUD off, and then when I'm looking at the HUD now, it got me all confused and stuff, so...
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
So, yeah, we had to edit out some of my getting lost. I can play fine with the HUD off, but I don't know what it is that I get all confused about. Don't judge me, though.
Breathing again.
I know. Oh, don't you just reminded me. I was like not even like hearing it.
What a creeper.
Yeah, like I said, I don't like Thomas Zane, and I will explain why. Or that diver suit with a light in it, I don't like. And like I said, I'll explain it. So when you're ready to hear the truth.
Touch salad, no. A man like me needs a hefty meal. Get through the day.
There I go again.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice.
Yeah, you kind of like, there it goes. Notice how like he determines ahead of time what someone will do if something happens.
Right.
So like he's saying, this is what the sheriff is going to do if I do this or say that. But, you know, who knows? Maybe it wouldn't go that way. It seems like, you know, in reality, it might not be like that. But he's kind of like, that would be the alternate version.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting.
It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a quantum suicide. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. In Night Springs.
I love how like the people just stand up in slow motion and they're like not really freaked out. They're just like, like what the hell? feel bad for killing somebody.
No, he just seems so helpful.
Well, like, he didn't do anything wrong. He just had to go to the bathroom. It's like, if he didn't have to go to the bathroom at that moment, he probably would still be alive. Like, as in not taken. So next time we go to Tweeds, because you guys, we live near that diner, don't go to the bathroom.
Not unless
if the lights are out.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come, assuming I'd reach the lights at the gas station alive.
I'm about ready to go get my ass kicked for your... Anyone watching this video, I'm doing it for you. Because there's, again, another important thing, but you have to
I recognized the
go
parade
venture out
float
for
I had
it.
seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice. After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting, at least for a moment. The sane world reasserted itself.
So that's where he got in his accident, right up there.
Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
And this is a cool sign. We have like a picture, close-up picture of it, and we'll do a description later. But they didn't have this in the first game, and it's kind of a cool like thing that they did for, I guess. I know it's Finnish. It's some
The
Finnish
Deer
thing.
Fest
We'll
had been
talk
2
about it.
weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
Deer's got the blackness all over it. Like the ink, the oil.
Yeah, that Stucky spilled.
Okay, I'm about ready to go get my butt kicked for you guys.
I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to call for help.
Oh, but let's look at the sign first. Let's see. So we know Cauldron Lake now is bear-free. I wonder why. The campgrounds are bear-free. That's where I would go because I am terrified of bears. So now I just know to go to Cauldron Lake campgrounds. Oh, there's that tower out there. That's important later. All right, here we go. I can't remember if I get attacked right here. Okay, so remember that car that drove by after Alan got in his accident? This is the road he was on, or he or she. And we're just gonna venture down. So that car could not have gotten through here, is the point. There was nowhere for that car to go. And Alan, in his accident that happened up there, he would have had been had to, sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. He would have had to come from that way that the car in the beginning was going, because there's a road. I'm pointing out the road right there that goes up to that road where he got in the accident on. So that's the start of that road. It goes straight to the Cauldron Lake Lodge. There's nowhere else it can go, according to the map in Bright Falls. There you go. Okay, now let's go see what the other side looks like. Denied! You can't go through there either.
No way through.
That was a phantom car then. Shit! You like popped up right in my face, I forgot about that. Sprinting for 4 seconds.
And he's already out of breath.
Yeah, it takes it out of you. Something just growling? It sounded like something was growling.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
I'll write. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Tooth Charlie.
Don't miss the parade.
Well, you know, for Deer Fest, they really don't do a lot of deer stuff.
Really?
I'm not sure why they call it Deer Fest then, but I have a feeling we're going to find that out in part 2. Now they will know exactly what happened to Stucky because everybody's being watched on camera. So that's problem solved, right? They will be able to figure out what happened to Stucky. Kind of. Not. We need to find a town here that's close to what this... I don't know. What would you say the Bright Falls reminds you of here?
It's hard to say.
I mean, North Bend isn't anything. I mean, where the diner is, it's not like
No.
It's busy, it's bustling. It's right off the freeway, right off the interstate. So there's a lot of traffic, and it's not quiet and small or anything. It's actually North Bend is actually pretty populated, but I don't know.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Highway 12. I would guess.
Oh, yeah. So the sheriff shows up somehow. I don't know how she got through those roadblocks, but she's there.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker. You are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen. I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake. Not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out.
Does that look like a manuscript page?
Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station. Okay?
The parade float.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Just like the way it's floating down and it's illuminated, it looks like another manuscript page, especially because it landed in right in the same area that he picked it up before. Yeah. So, but we'll never know what it is because you can't go back. And that's it.
All right.
So, yes, I survived the night. Alan survived the night.
Yeah.
And with cake.
Can't go
Actually,
wrong with cake.
Alan didn't get any cake. He didn't. They didn't get no dinner at all. They didn't have a refrigerator or anything. So.
Yeah, he must have been pretty hungry.
Well, he did go to the diner, but he didn't get anything.
No.
He should have at least got some coffee.
Yeah, I mean, he told him to try the coffee.
So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think about the stuff that we were, the things that we pointed out? Like I know that we had, at least it felt like we kind of disagreed a little bit on if that was a manuscript page that fell behind her. In the first game, the lights from the police car, or sheriff's car, whatever, they were really, really super bright. Mm-hmm. And then in this version, the remaster, they toned them down, and so you can see more of the background. And the way that falls, because I studied this very carefully. You guys, I actually have a magnifying glass that I'll look at the pictures with, and so that way I can make sure I know what I'm seeing. It's kind of ridiculous, but it is fun. So I study the way they don't really show them in this game, but in the DLCs, when you see the Tom Zane character more, they'll show the manuscript pages falling down. They fall down faster, but they look and move very similar to what we just saw fall behind the sheriff that magically got there through the roadblocks. So yeah, I think I'm pretty convinced at this point it's a manuscript page. I think if it had something to do with the flashing lights, it would have moved faster and disappeared quicker. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. Where are you at with that?
Yeah, I mean, if you think of the way that a piece of paper falls, that it kind of has the same type of movement,
yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, it's definitely a mystery, and
lots of mysteries in this game.
Yeah, Remedy loves their mysteries.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't discount anything. I mean, anything is possible, honestly. A lot of people are like, "Oh, there's these rules. You can't do this, can't do that." But it's like, well, why not? You can do anything. You just have to make it somehow fit together and make sense. So, but yeah, no. We played this game for the first time last year, and it's been one of my favorite games ever. Silent Hill 2's number 1. What's yours?
I'd have to go with Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of
Time. Yeah, a lot of people love that game, but this was fun. I still have cake left. I'm gonna go finish it, and we're gonna wrap this up right now and go post it because we've been meaning to do this.
Yeah,
for a couple weeks.
My cake's all gone, but
yeah.
But yeah, no. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and Darkling Alley signing off.
Out.